overall haven't been here before, be careful. I would have to venture to say we're probably in the 5-point range there, 4 to 5-point range in stops. But you know, it is what it is. It's obviously good news. The market likes it, and we're, you know, skyrocketing up here to unbelievable heights. So, and after, you know, but it opened up higher based on the collection results, but then really popped up here once the Pfizer news came out. So let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 36.55. Again, all of these levels gotta be very, very careful in taking them, using them. It is what it is. So just being honest with you, 68 above, 74, 88, 96, support below at 43, 35, 24, 08, 36 even. Pivot 36.55, support at 43, 35, 24, 08, 36 even, resistance on the upside at 68, 74, 88, and 96. All right, you're up 100 and more than 150 S&P points. Again, on the backs of a 90% effective rate of the Pfizer vaccine that's come out, or at least the announcement of the results, trial results, which is obviously very good. As the market opens up here again, be very, very careful. Whatever you're going to do, just trade with a little grain of salt. We don't want to get yourself in trouble too much. As again, we're up here at uncharted territories. The market has again been holding its own here. Most of the last couple of weeks, even in the face of some bad news and some bad earnings, they've always seemed to, I think, you know, even with the presidents or with the election in the background, they always seem to have stayed positive, no matter what the situation was. And again, I've always thought that it was probably because the vaccine was going to be on the heels of whoever was going to figure this out. The market is going to love this vaccine situation, and the market is, you know, acting that way. So again, levels are all estimated. There's nothing here that is etched in stone, considering we have never been up in this territory before. It's Pfizer. Pfizer's come up with this. Well, they came out with their test results. They came out with the test results first. Doesn't mean that the other companies are not going to have their own test results and probably come up with their own level of, you know, doing well. But as you can tell how slippery it is, there's nothing more than a 20 lot in the ladder ticket here. So if you think you're gonna, this is like, tread lightly here. Okay, tread very lightly. Woo. It's all you can do with this stuff right now. I mean, somebody wants to sell 500 lots, it's going to take like 8, 10, 12 points to sell it. All right, so you're gonna get gaps. You're gonna get crazy rotations. Like we went to 43 and 35 all one move, right? All right, all one quick move. So being honest with you, just be careful. I mean, I can't tell you which way this is gonna go. I think it's a little overdone, but you never know. So we slipped down here to the 35 as fast as we got here down to the 43. So if we did both, you got at least out of some for a quick little profit, not much. It is moving around. I mean, look, like I said, there's nothing more. There's maybe a 50 lot that shows up once in a while. But for the most part, this is very, very, very thin. This is probably the thinnest I've seen it since the March sell-off earlier on. So you got to be very, very careful here. And again, like I said, things will, not a bad time if you're little bit risk averse and you are nervous to trade this kind of stuff. Just be patient and wait. We are going to, we're going to get other opportunities when things settle down and everything is calmer, and then trade again if you're this is a little bit too much. So just be patient, and if some of you obviously like the volatility, right? Nothing wrong with that too. But definitely the vaccine hopes from Pfizer has pumped up this market. Like again, you might get the same results with AstraZeneca. I think was the other company that was talking about, or they were, interested or close to coming up with some kind of vaccine. So, they will probably come up with something also, and that might even make this even better. So, they might come in and say they have a 92% effective rate. Let's put it this way: 90 is pretty solid, right? I mean, 90 is a pretty good number considering. So we did it down to a 35 level there. Again, you have to, kind of, you get down to 31 and a half there. You kind of, scale big time if you're going to scale. You're going to have to be able to handle the swings here because of just the sheer lack of volume at each level. I mean, look at this. I mean, there's like nothing on the screen here. So, but you are going to get rotations. If you catch one and have ride it for a little bit, you will get it. But just being honest with you, it's a very, very risque, right? Just a little risque. But with the risk comes reward. Just remember that. There's a risk-reward relationship going on here. All right. I mean, it is what it is. But we are moving quickly. This is definitely, back in of at least 5-7 points right now, the way I see it. Just, I want to tell you a little tighter, but I can't. It's just a little bit too nutty. But either way, trade small, or if you're trading one lot and a little bit too risky for you, just like I keep telling, I told you last week, things will settle down. No reason to fret about it. I mean, this is the lightest I've seen the ladder ticket in quite a very long time. Even last week or a couple weeks ago, we've been trading when it was crazy. Things were a little bit tighter than that, right? But I mean, you're up 150 S&P points. I don't know, it's about definitely about 1,200 Dow points. What is that? Is that right? Just gonna check really quick here if it is what it is. Say, it's amazing that it's up that much, but 1,500 Dow points, right? Cash, crazy. Next level downside support is the 24 area. Okay, just chopping around here. Got down to 30. So be a little bit careful. Got 24. Just at 29 actually. Get a little bit. Go down to 25 should be okay. Maybe even down to a little bit around 20 down there. Anywhere in that range, 24 to 20. we are moving around. Like I said, this is the lightest I've seen the ladder ticket in quite a bit. So obviously with that, you're going to get crazy moves one way or the other. So as long as we know that, you can be patient and trade that way. And like I said, you don't have to trade, right? That is a choice. We do come here to trade, no doubt, and that's what we like to do. But sometimes, not trading is a trade, I think. Well, it's definitely a choice. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's a trade, but it's definitely a choice. I miss these days on the pit when everything was going crazy and nuts like today. You open up and there's like prices all over. I mean, the markets are moving so fast. You don't know what the price is on the other side of the pit, and because they're just moving around so quickly. And I've always said when you're trading in the pit, it's just like controlled madness. We knew what was happening. But it was definitely fun. But these days when things would open up like this, and you were going to get busy, you just buckled up and started trading. You don't know how it's going to end up, right? You don't know, that's for sure. But post-election rally continues. Traders who held off on buying last week due to the political uncertainty appear to be triggering a new wave of buying this morning as they unwind positions amid reduced odds of a drawn-out election fight. At least this guy is saying that. Dow and S&P futures are ahead by a ton. Contracts tied to the NASDAQ are up also. While equities jumped across the board globally, markets are strongly reacting to the likelihood of a split Congress, meaning less drastic policy changes like tax hikes and increased regulation. With the fiscal response uncertain, it also means the Fed will have to do more to bolster the world's largest economy, which has weakened the dollar in recent days. The consensus is that Biden will be easier on trade and foreign policy, unlike Trump, who is more erratic and aggressive. Nicest adjectives I've given him lately. Erratic and aggressive. All right. So we continue to downtick here. Next level we have, like I said, we probably got a 24 to 20 area. Again, how you're scaling in, it's up to you. But if you're going to trade multiple contracts, probably good thing to scale. And you're talking maybe 4-point scales it's not the end of the world here, right? I mean, I think that's with this volatility. I don't think it's not out of the realm of giving you a fair chance. Definitely don't need a 1-point scale or a 2-point scale today. It's a little bit too tight given what's going on. But again, if you're trading multiple contracts and that's how you scale in, it's up to you. We continue to downtick here, definitely coming down here to the 24 area. Again, like I said, 24 to 20. You're buying areas here, you're not just trading one price. And like I said, if it's too much for you, I get it. Just wait and you'll be able to get in at another time when things settle down. You are getting some moves. I mean, you can get out and then come back in again. If you get 3 or 4 points in trade, get out of it, come back in when it down ticks again. If it does, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying it's one idea here. If you got some 24s and got up to 27 or 28, just get out, come back in. Right? That's another option. we continue down to here again, anywhere between 24 to 20 area. Investor focus is also turning to the Senate after major networks declared Democrat Joe Biden winner of the U.S. presidential election, though Republicans have sued over ballots and counting, and President Trump said his campaign will file additional lawsuits, while seats in North Carolina and Alaska are still too early to call, but will likely go to the GOP. Both Senate seats in Georgia, a state Biden appears to have flipped blue, are headed to a runoff election on January 5th. As we come down here to the 20 area now, and this would probably be, again, if it's too much for you, I get it. The 24, we did get a little bit of rotation off of the 24. And just keep your stopping. While the seats in North Carolina, okay, Biden appeared to flip the state to blue ahead of the runoff election on January 5th. If they end up in Democratic hands, then the Democrats will gain majority since the VP can provide a tie-breaking vote. The significance of the races means that January 5th is the new November in terms of election volatility risk, said some guy who's supposed to talk about the market, citing contracts of the VIX and stock market fear gauge stretching out into the months ahead. Ooh, there you have it, the VIX into the months ahead. Yeah, I mean, the way it's turned out seems like you need to get 50% of the vote there to win the election. And both people in Georgia nobody got 50% of the vote. So the top two go into a runoff on January 5th, and both seats are up, and obviously both seats are, whoever was leading didn't get 50%. Consequently, they're going to have a little runoff January 5th, and that means the way it's set right now, if it's a 50-50 tie, which if the Democrats win both those seats, they will get a 50-50 tie, basically flip the Senate, right? Because the tie-breaking vote would go to the vice president, in this case, Harris. So, yeah, a nice little move here off of the support down there at the 20. You got it down to 18 and flip back up here really quickly. Again, this is, you gotta just telling you what's going on here. You gotta just average in, and you gotta just let the thing play itself out a little bit. So it will play itself out. They got themselves caught, and then a nice little push up here. So hopefully we're able to maybe adjust, maybe just take the lower end. I don't know, depending on how much risk you're taking. Definitely below 15, I think you would want to be out of anything. Longs anyway, at least that's where I was going to exit. But again, that was just from our charts, not that I made it up. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, there's going to be a ton of money being pushed into that. Could you imagine? Into that race in 2 months. It's going to be crazy. So yeah, the Democrats have to win both of them, not just one. They can't split them. So it's going to be for them to have control of both the House and Senate. They would need to So that'll affect the market, I think. So, but I mean, the Republicans. I mean, Georgia went to Biden, which is like saying New York goes to Biden to Trump, right? I mean, that's what Georgia going to Biden means. But I don't know if they're going to follow through with the senators or not. And so, I mean, there have to be a few states. I mean, all right, there you go. Nice little trade there for you, Steve. That was a good buy down there. Again, we're making adjustments based on the price action. It's adjusted the little rotation from 24 down to 20 would probably be a good support area. If you bought the 24s initially, maybe you got out for 3 or 4 points, then got back in when it got down to 20, and there was support in that area. That's why I usually like to give you some backup levels. Well, I don't give you the backup, I just give you the straight up level. But then the way it was trading, I gave you the backup. All right. So nice little push there off of that area. Obviously, you got to take some profits here. Stuff's moving way, way too fast. Next level on the downside we have is 08. And there's a lot of air. And there's just a lot of air down there. So you got to be careful if we start trading to the downside here. All your portfolio should be looking pretty good this morning. And again, that's mainly because of the Pfizer coming up with a vaccine, or 90, well, they didn't come up with a vaccine. They came up with the trial results of their vaccine. Okay, you can, push that forward and say, okay, it's probably pretty decent, and they can probably give us something here good. Okay, while Biden is preparing for his transition team, he cannot shift into high gear until the U.S. General Services Administration, the GSA, which oversees the federal property, certifies the winner. Over the weekend, the GSA said an the presidential election has yet been made. A certain result in the presidential has yet been made. The GSA and its administrator will likely abide by and fulfill all requirements under the law. So again, that person is run by one of Trump's guys, so he's not going to certify it until the last possible second here. All right, there. Good trade there, Steve. As we continue to downtick here, again, not surprising as we're up an exceptional amount here. Next level on the downside we have is 08. Should be just taking advantage of ebbs and flows in the market. That's all we're trying to do here. Bonds, look at the bondos. Woo! a almost 3 point, over 3 points, and that's a big move. And then and so is the 10-year. Wow, big moves there. Big moves there. Well, some office space has been allocated at the Commerce Department headquarters in Washington. Additional resources like salaries, administration support, government email addresses won't be given over until the agency has formally identified Biden as the winner. Coronavirus cases spiral upwards, making the resurgent coronavirus an immediate priority. Biden will announce a 12-member task force today to deal with the pandemic that has killed more than 237,000 Americans. It will be charged with developing a blueprint for containing the disease and will be co-chaired by former Surgeon General Vic Murthy, former FDA Commissioner David Kessler, and then a whole bunch of doctors. Biden has promised that he will ask Fauci, the infectious disease expert who has clashed with President Trump, to stay on his role as the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He also reached out to Republicans and Democrats in Congress to discuss new relief packages with new daily coronavirus infections in the United States totaling over 100,000 for each of the last 5 days. That's not good. Alrighty, slice it. As we continue to downtick here, coming down here to the 08 area. Crazy little morning. Crazy good, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy good either way, as long as you're busy. It's all that matters. You guys are awfully quiet today. Everything all right out there? You guys are just working too hard. Nobody's commenting on nothing. Nobody's like throwing me any like nothing to talk about. You guys are all quiet. All right. Not trading is like I said. Not trading is a trading. Is trading. That's a choice. You do have choices here. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with watching. I keep telling you. It's okay. I have to keep telling you. You always got excited when crazy things was going to open up or the market was going to open up a higher or lower. And you just got in there. You waited for that bell to go and boom, noise starts. It was fun. Here, it cannot be that much fun listening to me talk. That's all I can say. It just cannot be that much fun. And, yeah, I had a good weekend here. The weather's been great in Illinois. 70s all weekend. Well, it was a little nippy. Look, they say 70s, but the sun has to be out, and the sun usually was under some clouds yesterday, so it was a little nippy. But if the sun's out, it gets to be, and then the wind's from the south because that's where the warm air is coming from, and it's really windy. So you had to take into consideration the wind this weekend. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm talking. I have no idea what you're talking about. So just have to take into consideration the wind. Okay, made a next level downside we have is 08. Again, talked about different ways to trade in this market when it gets a little bit goofy like this. Just throwing different ideas out there for you. Right, coming down here to the 08 area. And remember, there's going to be a lot of air in some of these trades, so it's very, very risky. But again, like I said, you get a risk reward type of situation going on here. You're trying to get a little bit of a push up here off of the 08 area. Again, depending on how you're scaling in, just be careful, take some profits, take most of them off. We are whipping around here. Like I said, we're starting now to get like 40s and 50s in the ladder ticket. There was nothing more than a 20 was good. Okay, nice little push here. Not all the way up to 13 area. Again, got to be a little bit quick here. Can I get in, get out, get in, get out? I mean, we are, it's a little bit too much. Just maybe a little bit too quick. I get it. Just be patient. Okay, nice little push here off of, again, off of the 08 area. And hopefully maybe some of you partook. And I get it if you're not trading. Like I said, it's a little bit crazy, but it did hold very nicely there. Okay, nice nice little push here. Have a trailing stop. I know your trailing stop is going to be like 5 points, but also have a target area. You know, you can get these target areas with these market moves. You know, the work that we do. So find the target areas that you get you out of them as well. All right, nice rotation there off of the 08 area. Only got down to at 5 and then pop back up. So again, talked about 5-6 points stops, and however you're scaling in, you should be doing okay with some of these trades. Hopefully, if you're trading, and if you're not to get it, then if it's moving around too fast for you, I get it. All of those are good reasons not to trade, right? Remember, there's good reasons you gotta find reasons to trade, and there are reasons not to trade. So I get it. All right, nice rotation there. There's a little resistance right up here at 30 if you're finding a little spot here. I think it could be it. All right, quickly coming off of that, it's a nice little double top there. And those are the kind of areas that you're kind of looking for. Like I said, you're looking for targets. Those targets could also be areas of where you'd probably want to, well, if you're a little aggressive, maybe look to get short against, or at least rotation off of those target areas. then quickly coming back down here. Definitely a lot of profit taking given the market opened up. Well, look, we've been rallying the last last week for sure, right? And I'm sure there was some longs in the market, and open up 150 S&P points higher year, a lot of going to take some profits. I just, it's just one of those things where you don't want to say you have a feeling because you know how I feel about having feelings. So there was a good chance, only because of, it's been a while since I've seen the market open up or down. I don't even think I don't want to say, I don't remember in March when we were going crazy, did the market open lower 150 S&P points? I can't remember that far away, first of all. And I don't remember it opening up that much lower. I mean, we traded that much lower as the day went on, but I don't remember we opening lower by 150 points. All right, chopping around here a little bit again. Maybe we'll get in a range. I don't know, but be careful. You got 08 next. We went down to 08. I'm sorry. We're even. Then I'm gonna give you some levels down below. But we'll see what happens. Even is the next support level we have. Our pivot this morning is 36.55. Okay, support 43, 35, 24, 08, 3600. And then I got a couple more here, 92, 74, 60. And above resistance at 68, 74, 88, and 96. All right, seems like we got ourselves in a little bit of a range here. Hopefully, maybe took advantage of some of the levels we had here. The 08 was nice, the 20 area, 24, 20 area, like we suggested. All right, we obviously got ourselves a little bit of a range here, so that's fine. big range, but it's a little bit of a range. 10 to 30. Given the kind of day it is, it's not really unreasonable. All right, range bound here a little bit. We get above, I think 35 area, might push up higher and get below 05. Maybe we'll push down to even and then down to 92. Below 92, well, even below even, we got 92, 74, and then 60. All right, again, we're range bound here a little bit. Again, even though it might be a little bit big of a range, but this is where we're at. So be a little bit careful. This really, we touched up a few of our levels on this rotation to the downside. Hopefully you were able to take some advantage of it. If not, it's okay. Again, if the market was a little bit too slippery, like I said, there were like 20 lots up and down the ladder ticket. That was it. I mean, once in a while they got a 40 lot in there. Brave soul. Right? I mean, they were moving around. You don't have to put it, but the point is when it's moving like that, you're scaling in. If somebody's trading 40 or 50 lots, right, you're scaling in 2 lots, 2 lots, 2 lots. I mean, you don't have to put 50 in at any one price. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, these days of a lot of volatility can, if you're staying out, I get it. If you're getting in, I get it. It's one of those things where you wish there was like a balance between the craziness and when it's not trading. Something where, but you got to take what this market's giving you and understand what the market's giving you. Consequently, you could choose to trade or choose not to trade. And that's a trade, like I said earlier. Again, we are range bound here. All right, again, range bound here. It looks like we're range bound from 10 to 30 there. We got to get below the 5 area. We got even, but the even's a little bit close down to the 5. So you're going to trade it. Be careful. Next level on the downside that we have is 92. And we've got 92, 74, and 60 on the downside. Bonds here continuing to downtick. I think they're worried about inflation picking up, especially if there's a good vaccine that comes out. The economy might start rolling, and then the Fed might have to raise interest rates as a option. All right, coming down here to lows. You can be a little bit careful there around the even. I'll probably look at 92, probably a little bit better. All right, we're down taking here a little bit. Again, you can take the even. Probably gonna have to take the 92 as well. I know it sounds a little bit much, or just the weight. I mean, it has slowed down quite a bit, the volatility here, so still very light on the ladder ticket, and still having choice. Choosing to not trade is also a choice here. And bonds here popping back up just a little bit. Again, they're a little bit crazy there too. And if you're watching them, good volume there for once, but again, very, very thin. Moves around very quick, one-way trade there for sure. At least in S&Ps, we do get a little bit of a rotation back and forth every now and then. I gotta be a little bit careful here. Obviously, a lot of volatility here this morning with the news of Pfizer. Get below, well, even this next support level, but we did get down here, down to around the O2 area. So be careful there at O2. Maybe look at the 92 as the next support level. Then we have 74 and then 60 on the downside. A lot of air there, so you know that has to be taken into consideration. So we'll see what happens. On the upside, I think we get above the 35 area, we rally back up. I know it's kind of a big range here, but this is what it is. I get back here in a bit.
Hey, quick shout out to those just joining us today as guests or came in late last week. Welcome aboard. I do send out to you the opportunity to sign up for Spell's monthly, which is access to the service on a monthly basis. You receive Spell's commentary and interact with him in the morning session. You also receive his proprietary scalping levels in the S&P 500 E-mini. We look to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades during the morning session. Hey, David R., I sent it out to you. Glenn C., Luke W., Pablo C., Sam B. Hey, Sam P., did you get my message earlier? Just let me know back in chat. I sent you a private message. Sam P., just let me know back in chat. David R., let me know if you got yours. Glenn C., let me know if you got yours. I don't want anybody to miss out on this discount. Luke W., Pablo C., Sam B. Use the chat feature to respond. Hey, quick shout out to David R. Hey, David, is this your first time here? I can give you a quick overview of what we do here. Hey, Luke, just let me know if it's your first time here. Pablo C, Sam B. Hey, Sam P, let me know if you're back, Sam P. Glenn C. Give you a quick overview about the opportunity here. It's going to be a quick high side that you're in earshot. And Sam P, let me know if you're back, Sam P. Hey, Glenn, are you part of Styles Monthly? I think you are, but just let me know back in chat. Hey, Glenn, I know you are. Just, you know what it is, I shorten the last names. No problem. Glenn C, let me know if you're back. Glenn C, David R, Pablo C, Sam B, Sam P, let me know if you're back. Luke W. Hey, Glenn, M, are we connected on Skype? Yeah, Glenn, I knew that. I just got mixed up with Glenn C. Are you looking for better rates, or are you looking for better service? You know, based on your current experience. Gotcha. So I might have a solve field that one for you. The one we were looking at is the one that gives you a little bit better service. And I think that's good for people that are, you know, relatively new. Hey, David R, just give me a quick shout out. Yeah, did that go up recently based on the margin? And I guess, is that intraday? Luke, let me know if you're back. Yeah, no, I know that. Well, we just saw what happened, right? You know, based on this craziness even today. That must have been baked in the algorithms. Hey, Pablo, let me know if you're back. Just give me a quick hi sign in chat. Yes, they should be. Yeah, no, they're, as Saul mentioned the other day, they're in the business of protecting themselves. And you can imagine, like, if, you know, there was intraday margin that was pretty low. No overnights, that type of thing. So firms do handle things differently, but generally they all spiked it up. And they did that, pretty much across the board. Know what I mean by pretty much? I'm sure it's all across the board. Glenn C, let me know if you're back. David R, let me know if you're listening. Luke W, Pablo C, Sam B. Hey, Sam P, let me know if you're back, Sam P. And I'll give you all a quick overview about what we do here and what the opportunities are, what the advantages are of being part of the service on a monthly basis.